The Quar of Alwyd are bipedal omnivores descended from plains-dwelling insectivores not unlike Earth's aardvarks. They are smaller than humans, at around 1.5 meters, or just under 5 feet in height, normally weighing around 60 to 65 kilograms, or approximately 140 pounds, or, if you want to get esoteric, around 10 stone. For most of their 5,000-year history, the Quar have been an extremely tribal species. Over time, the early nomadic clans ossified into rigidly stratified societies, dominated by and run principally for the benefit of Alwyd's aristocratic first families. In Alwyd's 1,800 years of recorded history, the past 700 have been dominated by the Long War. The Long War is not a single conflict, but rather an endless procession of smaller conflicts, interspersed with short interbella. These wars were constrained by an almost ritualistic approach to warfare, revolving mainly around protracted sieges, and they met perfectly the needs of the first families, who accepted only as much or as little personal risk as they desired. It fell to Quar of lower social strata, who died in their thousands while gasping for their parents in the storm-sodden mud of countless battlefields, to pay the real price of these wars. Somewhere between the years 1750 and 1760, soon Ali Kinder Rin Venk, known to history mononymically as Ali Kinder, conceived of a fundamental reordering of Quar society. This alone would have been unremarkable, but Ali Kinder was also a military genius of the first rank, not merely tactically and strategically, but also organizationally. Thanks to his iron will, the once moribund state of Tok, the largest nation of Alwyd, rose like a phoenix from the ashes of civil war. Calling themselves Crusaders, Ali Kinder's adherents fought for meritocracy, an end to aristocratic misrule, and an end to the Long War itself. Believing not without justification that the character of the Long War was dictated by the first family's desire to preserve property over life, Ali Kinder's crusade embraced what became known as the Grim Paradox. Only a massive intensification of the Long War could bring it to an end, just as a candle in a vault may burn indefinitely, but a raging inferno will consume all oxygen and extinguish itself. For more than a decade, from 1761 until 1772, the crusade proved unstoppable. Ali Kinder's introduction of aerial envelopment via airship, and his reorganization of Tok's armored fighting vehicles, known as tractors, combined with the elan of his highly motivated army, led by skilled professional officers, proved overwhelming when pitted against the armies of other nations, with their leadership of diffident dilettantes and their senescent doctrines and obsolescent equipment. Even for as transformative a genius as Ali Kinder, however, it proved easier to conquer than to govern, and the crusade-born iron regime was soon forced to couple the velvet glove of egalitarian meritocracy with the iron fist of secret police repression. A key trait of almost all Quar is their strong sense of tradition and their reverence for familial bonds. While the ethos of the crusade offered a new familial group with nascent traditions to cleave to, many, even among the much put upon common folk of Alwyd, felt little but dread at the prospect of the iron regime's ruthless and sometimes mechanistic efficiency replacing the steady rhythms of the past, imperfect though they were. Despite growing resistance among the liberated or subjugated peoples of Alwyd, it was only at the final hurdle that the Crusades stumbled. Where other monarchies had failed or faltered, the ancient state of Caftir stood firm. Caftir's recorded history stretched back over 1,000 years, during which it had never been conquered. Though less efficient and less well-led than the disciplined armies of the Crusade, the Caftirans were at the very least their equals in determination, and bolstered by millions of refugees from other countries who knew only too well the stakes. For the next decade at least, and despite the involvement of other nations, such as the indomitable Figdwogians and the bagpiping crusaders of Tulmore, the Long War would be defined in large part by the struggle betwixt the crusaders and Caftir's royalists.